Welcome back. It feels like it was just the midst of summer, but the seasons are changing and many are already preparing for winter, namely wildlife. In this week's In the Garden, Charlie and Sharon show us what you can grow to help give our feathered friends a boost.
So we're talking about berries today, some for us and some for our little friends.
Yes, as we get into fall, our little friends are trying to stock up for the winter. There's finches on the echinacea and on the sunflowers, and some of the bigger birds are looking for bigger game, you might say.
Yeah.
And they're often looking for berries because they want to stock up, whether they're going to be migrating or they're going to spending the winter here. They need a lot of energy to survive. So there's lots of different kinds of berry bushes you can grow, and there's some wild ones too. Some are better than others for your birds. So let's talk about the good guys.
Okay.
A lot of the native ones are really good. This is an elderberry. This is an American elderberry. You can get varieties like John's and York, which produce a lot of berries. And you can see that they're green right now, but they'll be turning purple really soon.
Okay, there's a few purple ones up there.
Oh yeah, they're just starting to turn up there.
Yeah.
And birds will clear this out in a day or two once it's all right. Even this big of a plant. And even the European elderberries, the ones that are very ornamental, they produce berries too. So that's another nice one to have in the landscape. The plant over here is Aronia. That one has umbels of black berries, jet black berries, and they're really high in antioxidants, great berries. You can eat them, and I can eat them too, but they're very astringent, so you have to cut them with something sweet, basically. But the birds really like them, and they'll last into the winter sometimes because the birds, it's not their first preference in berries.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of different viburnums too. There's the nannyberry and the black haw. We have one called the American cranberry bush, Viburnum trilobum. That has bright red berries on it, another favorite of the birds. And then there's some native plants that are just growing around here, like the white-berried gray dogwood. It's another good one.
Okay.
Then there are the invasive plants that have moved in, the berry plants.
Yeah.
And those are things like the buckthorn, which people are very familiar with, the black berries on those. And then those red berries that are on the Japanese honeysuckle. The difference between the invasive ones and the native ones is interesting because they did some studies in Maine and New York to find that the caloric content of the berries is the same, but the fat content is different. So the fat content on native berries could be up to 48%, whereas on the invasive exotic berries, it's usually less than 2%.
And that's not a good thing.
Not a good thing, because if you're a bird that wants to fly south,
you need a lot of energy.
Spend through the winter, you want to fatten up, basically. So that's why it's really important to get rid of the invasive exotic ones in your landscape and plant some of these native ones so there'll be better quality berries for your birds.
Perfect.